All right, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
I just watched your set and was in there for a little bit, and it was awesome to see you guys do your stuff. How did you enjoy it? Was it fun? Was that your first time doing Tree Fort?
Yeah, that's first time.
It was really fun.
Nice.
First show since early December.
Oh, wow. So how was your first experience performing this year?
It was cool.
Nice.
It honestly went a lot better than I thought it was gonna go. Just because usually our first show back or first show on tour is kind of a disaster.
Always.
Yeah.
Usually, but no, the stamina was good. I was impressed by our endurance.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was good.
And we did have it. I mean, my in-ear pack fell on the ground in between the stage and the big
Ooh.
speaker here. But Michael, our tech, went and got it. So
Good.
yeah.
It's nice to have extra eyes on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like.
He's a genius.
And then I was like, guys, do Weezer. Do Weezer thing.
I heard that. I was over getting food. I'm like, did you guys hear that? I
Yeah.
thought Destroy Boys was still playing. Where's Weezer? I didn't see him in the lineup.
Yeah, we usually pull out that move as a
Encore.
Sometimes.
re-entrance thing.
Yeah.
And then, but now we have it just as a in times like these where it's
Impromptu.
just yeah.
Situation.
Just
Jam.
in case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
It was
Well,
fun.
I've done some research and I saw that you guys were from the Sacramento area.
Yes,
So
I am.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm from the Bay Area myself, so
Right.
it was kind of cool to see that. I'm curious as to what the music scene sort of looked like in the Sacramento area that helped sort of, I guess, kickstart maybe a little bit more of your popularity and success.
Yeah, so the scene in Sacramento was pretty open. There were a lot of bands, people were pretty down, lots of, women fronting bands and being in bands, which was really cool to see that and to know that I could do that. And it was honestly really fun and silly, just super just dumb punks, running around and stuff like that. Yeah, I think that the music, it was very open. There was a lot of experimental stuff, honestly, and noise. And then there were hardcore bands and punk bands and weirder stuff, and then acoustic, so and ska punk. So there was a lot of you can kind of fit anywhere you want. And people were pretty supportive. We got a lot of shows in the scene, and people would come. It was honestly really sweet. I have a lot of fond memories of back in the day, wearing my jean jacket and putting patches on it. You know what I mean?
Headlights, yeah.
Yeah, old head. Yeah, I feel like a grandpa sometimes, punk grandpa.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in my day,
We're
I used to
23.
paint my patches. Yeah.
Nice.
Just
Well,
painting
I'm
patches
also a little curious too as to what the inspiration or story is behind the name Destroy Boys.
Yeah, so that's Violet. She is not here right now. Wishes she could be. But Vi was mad at a guy or several guys, and they had a chalk wall at the time, and so they wrote just on the chalk wall Destroy Boys. And so it came out of pure anger and frustration at men. Basically.
I love that, and I can see
Yeah.
that reflected in a lot of the songs that you guys have out, especially in your early stuff.
Yeah, it's honestly super just being angry at people for X, Y, and Z reasons. Not always men, but often men, as it happens. And it was definitely an outlet for that. But yeah, I mean, Destroy Boys, we love boys too.
Okay.
I love boys.
Well, men are always the problem, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More often
Oh,
than not.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, let's
But it's
go.
true.
Yeah. No, dude, I mean, it is true. They're so lame. But then I honestly see yeah. But then I'll do some stuff that's fucked up too, and I'm like, damn, it's all of us too. But dude, it's more often than
More often than
It
not.
is more often.
I
I'm
was gonna ask and say there are two boys on this band.
Yeah.
Are we in support of that message? Are we allies?
Hell no.
Destroy all boys except these two.
No, that's
No.
not some. They're just
Destroy
last
the-
on the list.
Destroy the fuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which all happen to be men.
Yeah.
You know
Boys.
what I mean? Boys, sorry,
Yeah.
I have a pretty exceptional case because I was a fan of the band before I joined.
Oh my
So I was
gosh.
always down.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great. This is fucking so sick. I went to go see them because they played with my friend's band in San Francisco. And I heard of them. And I was like, oh, great. I get to go see my friends and also see this new band that I've heard about. And then I thought about this the other day for the first time in a while, where Alexia does a thing where they get off stage and get in the faces of the crowd, and they totally went this close to my face.
Ooh.
And then when I auditioned and met them and joined and stuff, I told them about it, and they had no
I was
memories.
I have no idea
Yeah,
who you
they
I
get
have
in the
never
zone.
seen you in my
Yeah.
life. I go like,
Yeah.
you know, and then
Understandable.
I'm like, you know, like an animal, like
Yeah.
hunting
Yeah.
around.
Who is that?
Don't even know. Yeah.
And then before I saw them, I didn't realize that they were like, you know, like female presenting, you know, like, or not cis dudes. And I thought it was like Boys Who Destroy.
Like
And
the
when
Destroy Boys.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, no, this is way better. This is so cool. And yeah.
I
thought
love
they
that.
were nerds.
I was gonna ask a little bit about like the origin of the group itself. You mentioned like you sort of added on later on. I read
Yeah.
somewhere that you guys all met when you were 15. How did that sort of come to be?
So Vi and I met when we were 15 in high school in Sacramento. And Vi had been trying to start a band with people for a really long time, for like a year or so, like a while. And then we met and we started going to shows together, and like we decided to start a band. I was gonna play drums or something, and then I showed Vi a song, and Vi was like, "Oh, dude, like you're the singer of the band." Like I remember it so clearly. Vi was like, "Oh, dude, like you're our singer." I didn't even show. I had them listen to a song that I had recorded on voice memos because I was like too shy at the time, and they were like, "Oh, you're gonna be our singer." So we did that, and then we started out as an acoustic duo. But then Vi had always wanted to be in like an electric guitar band. I was like, I'm along for the ride. I've always been singing. I would love to be in a band. Like, I kind of just didn't know even how to start it. But Vi was like really like the leader of that. Just started booking shows, and eventually we added a drummer, and then he was not in our band anymore, and then we needed a new drummer, and then Narce came along. And we met him over email. He had a great email, great
Yay.
videos, and then we met up, and he just played the songs really well. So we were like, okay, tight, like let's go. And then David, we kind of like have been like, I don't even know, dude. We met him in like 2019, and then later that year he filled in for us on bass, right?
I've been filling in ever since.
Yeah, so yeah, he's just been.
He just like
Can't get
popped
rid
in
of
our
it.
van, and yeah, he just
And
stayed
he
ever
just
since.
stayed.
I
Yeah.
quit every tour and then
Yeah.
I get retired.
He dropped in from outer space, and he's stayed with us.
You're,
ever
you're
since.
still here. Look at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it. Another year. Crazy.
But
Can't believe it.
we've gone through like we've had a lot of people play in our band.
Interesting. So I was gonna ask more of like a specific question. So one of your like biggest songs, I want to say like when I first think of Destroy Boys, is I Threw Glass at My Friend's Eyes and I'm on Probation. So that was like a song that like blew up pretty big on TikTok, and
Yeah.
that's how I initially discovered your guys' music.
Nice.
Was that the song that you guys were like, this is gonna be super big online? Like, what was your reaction when it got such big popularity?
Absolutely not. Did not think that was gonna happen. Didn't really think that about any of the songs, honestly. Like that's not really what we like when we released music. We never. I mean, TikTok it wasn't even a thing like back in 2017 when we released that.
Yeah.
But that's not really something that is like that big of a deal. Definitely wasn't back then. Now it's like think about it a little more, but no, had no idea. That it was super surprising. I wasn't even on TikTok at the time. If I wasn't on TikTok, we were not on TikTok. But it was really cool. It makes sense because it's kind of like talky and it's also like talks about an experience that a lot of people have about like being into like an older guy or whatever, and then shows like the back and forth. I know some people in YouTube comments and stuff will be like, this is so like confusing and dumb, and it's like you obviously like don't have this experience then, and that's fine. It's like, but that's the point, is that the experience is very confusing internally. So yeah, it was definitely a shocker when it started happening, but it was like, whoa, this is crazy. But it was cool, very cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say like specifically with that song too, I think some of the most notable part of your guys' music is the lyrics. Like specifically in that song, like the super ironically pissed off line is like one of my favorites. So like describe like the songwriting process. Like how do you guys go about writing a Destroy Boys song?
It varies. Usually, that one was Vi wrote the guitar and wrote the lyrics, and then we just got together and I sang it, and I sang it in my like California Valley girl accent, and that's how it went.
It's a perfect way to describe
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I get a lot of like Candace Flynn, or like I like it. I think it's funny. But I mean, the songs like really vary. It's changed over time too, as like Vi was more of the songwriter when we first started, and then over time I started to do more songwriting. So like it's kind of like one of us has an idea for a song, and then we just share it with the band and unravel it. just like, oh yeah, I wrote this guitar and this vocal or these lyrics and stuff, like let's try it out. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. We kind of like, Vi will bring a song, I will bring a song, we'll jam. We just worked with the producer and like wrote a bunch of stuff in the studio, which was pretty crazy. But I definitely prefer like working with the full band and just like doing it all together. Yeah.
What is something that you wish more people knew about Destroy Boys?
That we're like really funny.
Yeah.
We're really silly. We're like not as serious
I know, I'm
band.
yeah.
Besides of like the meaningful shit, which of course is very important. But after that, we just like to have fun.
But like, yeah, so primarily we're like a disgusting,
Yeah, we're
like
really
silly
gross.
band. Like every band that goes on tour with us is like, oh my god.
So,
What is,
well,
what is
as David said earlier, when he first met us, he thought we were nerds. or
Yeah.
something.
I thought they were nerds. I really did.
He was
And
in
then-
another band.
Yeah, and then
Of nerds. That
Yeah.
even for more nerds.
They were cool guys.
We were pretty cool.
Well, one of
I'm
them
just
was
kidding.
cool.
No, not like that. But like, no, we went on tour together, and I was like, damn, they're squares. And then I was like, let's invite. Since we were on tour together, we were like, let's get Airbnbs together.
Yeah.
Like, let's party. You know what I mean? But also, it's just because at the time there was like 3 girls in Narcisse, so we were like, oh, yes, we
Yeah.
can have chicks. You know what I mean?
You guys were so disgusting.
So they
was
were
wild.
so gross.
But it turned out that we ended up just being like best
Hella
friends, and it was
homies.
hilarious.
Yeah.
And yeah, they definitely turned to the dark side a
Antics.
little bit.
Yeah.
As far as just being insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's cool.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. But it's like we're pretty, we have our values and we have our
course.
values, but then we know our values, and so
Yeah.
then we let loose with each other like really hard. It's
Just
really fun.
with each other.
Yeah, I love being free. I feel so free with you guys. You know what I mean?
Aw. And it was very fun to watch you guys up there perform. I don't know if you guys are super fully aware, but we're with KZUU, a radio station at Washington State University.
Of course.
And part of the cool part of KZUU is like we're only allowed to play underground music. So I started with the station this last summer, and I like primarily only played Destroy Boys.
No
'cause
way.
I was trying to only play like female-led bands or
Yeah.
female-led musicians, and I was just like, I love them. I'm just gonna keep playing.
Tight.
them.
Oh my
So
God, thank
it was
you.
super fun to see you guys today, and just be like, oh, what a surreal moment.
Yeah.
My last and final question is, do you guys have like a favorite tour story or a favorite like concert story?
Oh, Jesus.
There's one night we can't talk about. That's
Uh-oh.
my favorite. Richmond, you know.
Oh, of course, yeah.
What happened in
That's in
Richmond?
the fall. The Airbnb with the scout.
Oh God, dude.
That was a great
Okay,
We-
I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna say a couple things. I drank body hair. I drank a White Claw out of a man's asshole.
We did
I-
the reverse landing strip.
Yeah,
We did
we
the
were
takeoff
shaving
strip.
each other's
The takeoff
bodies.
strip.
Oh
Yeah, you know
man, it
what
was
we're getting
crazy.
at.
Oh,
Yeah, you see-
Violet was sucking hot sauce off some
Oh,
titties. It was crazy.
Dude, she's gonna be pissed.
No, sorry.
No, dude, she would tell that herself.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah.
I like-
Or actually, I don't know if she would.
I like
Fuck,
chili
yeah.
pepper style, like I got
Oh,
Darren
yeah,
to
he's not
streak down the
naked.
Oh
street
my God.
with a sock over my dick.
And
Yeah.
Hella did it.
Classic, yeah.
And then our friend filmed it, and it looked like an episode of like Rick Cops or whatever. Like, 'cause and then he did the fake out. He was like running towards me, goes like this, and I was like, whoa.
It's hard to remember like a specific
did
tour
it.
We were just
story.
more like, oh,
Because
we
every
can't talk
tour
about
is
that.
shit like
Oh,
that.
here's
You
everything.
know?
Yeah.
What else?
Whenever we rent an Airbnb with a
Another
band, that we're
band?
from, that's
Yeah.
always like the best time.
Oh god, like we did that. We're doing that right now here with our friends in Ultra Q.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Did we ever get one with Jigsaw?
Oh, last night with Ultra Q, we were doing shots out of my belly button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
David
good.
laid on a table like it was
Yeah.
the Thanksgiving feast style,
Yeah, yeah.
and we all just like took shots out of his belly button.
Whenever we do stuff like on the Scout tour, we went to like a watering hole in Florida. That
Oh,
was very fun.
beautiful.
that was super fun.
That our tour manager Jess found.
Shouts out.
Shouts
Yeah.
out to Jess.
That's Jess. We love you,
We
Jess.
love you, Jess. Yeah.
What other excursions? I don't know. Like,
We shouldn't.
I
We've
feel
said
like
too
there's
much already.
one of them.
Yeah.
A really fun one was we were on tour with Jigsaw Youth, and
They're the best.
it was like
Yeah.
our second show with them or something, and we hit it off. Like, love it when we hit it off with Jigsaw, hit it off with Scowl.
I love Jigsaw because they didn't give a fuck.
No, they are so
so
down.
They're
They
from
are
New York, so they're like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like, they're just
Staten
gnarly.
Island.
I was just
Everything
like,
goes.
yeah,
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
but they're also like the nicest, like
They're
silliest
sweet,
people
yeah.
ever.
Like they're so chill, but like they will get down
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, they'll fuck
Right.
you up.
So we were playing dice, and we were playing dice. Like, what do you call that?
CeeLo.
Threes? CeeLo?
Threes,
Three.
CeeLo,
Yeah,
whatever.
CeeLo. And we decided to bet that whoever loses, because it was like us
yeah.
three, it was like band versus band, and then whoever loses, like one of your members has to stage dive during the other
Right,
person's
yeah.
set. And so we played, we won, Destroy Boys won, and then Violet was like, double or nothing. It's always like,
She's a gambler.
yeah.
Meaning like whoever loses two
Not
of
two
their
people.
members.
Yeah, have to go,
Yeah.
have to jump.
And then we lost.
And then we lost.
So then it was a sign that me and Violet
Yeah.
stage dive.
How did they decide who was the one to do it?
I was
I
just
think
like,
we
I'm
were
not
just-
doing
yeah.
it, so you two have to do it.
Violet
I
had
was
to
like,
do
I'm
it
not.
because she.
Yeah, because she did the
out
double
of
or
nowhere
nothing.
did
She's
the
the
double
one
or
who
nothing.
said it.
So
Yeah.
I was like, alright, that sounds
I
fun.
only stage
Yeah.
dove one time on tour when we were on tour in Chicago, and I got dropped.
We were just talking about
I
that.
got dropped so hard.
Oh,
I took
no.
down like 5 kids. I swear to God.
Really
No.
bad.
Like they might have had to go to the hospital. I don't know.
No, there was like quite a few people crowd surfing during your guys'
Yeah.
set
Yeah, it
today,
was fun
and
to
they were
watch.
just so eager. They were like, "Grab my leg, go,
Yeah,
go, go!"
yeah.
I was like,
Take
"Okay." Yeah. So
wanna crowd surf.
thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope
Sweet.
you enjoy the rest of your stay in Boise.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you guys so
Sweet.
much.
Oh yeah.